Good morning. It's Fed morning and nice and quiet up where I am. Feeling kind of mellow. Mellow. I don't think I'll be doing much today. You know, I don't like the chaos. There's plenty of trading days, 20 in the month. I could choose one that I'm more comfortable with and make a few bucks. Don't have to make money every day. It's good, but it's not necessary. And when you trade with that angst, you make bad decisions. So that being said, this is the 240 on the S&P 500 futures, and you can see the momentum moving up, and it looks like we might be building a little head and shoulders. So I'm going to watch for that. I'm looking for the next shoulder line, probably pull down. If I get a good clear head and shoulders, I'll trade that. 240 will take us through most of the day. If the head and shoulders does build, it would take enough time for the Fed to come out with their announcement and a little talk. I'll probably get my line in, my trend line, and then in the afternoon I'll probably catch that trade. And I'm going to be patient enough to wait for it. And that's the art, or at least that was the hardest aspect of trading for me to conquer, which was patience for the right move. But every time I do it, it pays off. So now it's instilled in me, or ingrained, I guess. So that's it, man. That's what I'm looking at on the long term. I just want to see how that translates over to the S&P. And what do we got? 240 on the S&P right there. Yeah, you don't really see it on the 240s. Let's see if we see it on the 120s. That woodpecker. The sucker's banging on the house this morning. I get carpenter bees because the house is a log finish. So I get those carpenter bees that hop in there, and the woodpeckers sense them in there and peck on the face and pop them out. So every 10 years or so, I got to replace a few boards. So you could, you could see where it's setting up. So it's probably going to give me a consolidation on the 120 and the right on the S&P chart, S&P 500, and I'm going to watch that. Actually, I'm putting that in. Oh, wrong hotkey. I'm watching a break right here. We're up 15. Let's see, where does that put us? A close was 35, puts us at 50. Oh, we're flirting with it. That's interesting. We're flirting with it right now. The futures are up 15 and 3/4. So I'll bet we pull back a little bit before the open and maybe trade down. I hope we do. It'd be nice if I get that nice solid test a couple of times. That'll be an easy trade. And my stop would go down below the low, which is 706. I mean, that's quite a spread. It's about $1,500 risk, but you're talking about a 120 chart, so that's reasonable. And really, at the very least, you can make the target the high of the 13th of Monday. Yeah, 100 points. We've seen that time and time again. So that's not a bad target. I'll risk 15 points to try to squeeze out 100 points. Even if we hit the 79 mark, that's a 1-for-1. That would probably be my first off right there. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at, man. I know Bitcoin's taking a hammer. I should sell it. I think I was the weight in Bitcoin. So we'll just let it do what it's got to do. It's got to find itself. Hopefully you don't have a lot of money in it. I don't have a lot of money in it. But there's a real reasonable gap here. And I think once risk comes on, it's going to fill that gap pretty quick. It's got a lot of gaps to the upside, actually. I think this has a lot of upside potential. The problem is the retail investors beat up, probably taken out of the game, with all these stupid AMC trades and GMC trades. They're still screaming about AMC. Now you don't even have the buying behind it. So that's why BTC can't get any energy because a lot of its biggest fans backed out of it, and now you get a lot of sensationalism about its demise. So speculators are leery. Nothing favorable about the market to get it going. But I don't fear it. It's not going to disappear, man. It's going to remain in our trading universe. I don't know if it's going to have the value that everybody claims that it's going to have, as far as our society, but it's still going to be a class, and it's going to evolve. So I don't know if I'd sell it here. I mean, the downside, I guess, is unlimited. You could wait for that 16.5, man. Maybe sell it, save yourself 4,000 points. Wait for that 16.5. I don't know. I'm not brave enough to do that. I'm going to hold what I got. I really have like a tiny, tiny position. So I'll hold what I got. If it heads down to 16.5, I mean, I could lose the whole thing and I wouldn't even give a shit. I've spent more on brunch. A caviar brunch, but brunch nonetheless. So I'm going to just leave it alone and let it go down. Um, so, um, yeah, I'm looking at that. I mean, the momentum's not even telling me anything, and the problem is it might be damaged goods. People are afraid of it when things become damaged goods. They back away. It loses kind of its fanfare. Just trying to see. Yeah, I'm thinking that 16.5 might be a good number. I mean, the 15 range might have a little more energy to it. The 13 range might have a little more energy to it. That's funny. I had once posted that it's not going to change your life, Bitcoin. I mean, people were going nuts over it, risking a lot of money, and I bet it did change their life. I bet it blew up their portfolios. One guy on Twitter, I think it was on Twitter, we were chatting back and forth. He said, "I'm going to write down what you said." Da, 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 da. I was like, "Okay, write it down. It's noted." I should have kept track of who that guy was because, obviously they don't contact me when to tell me you were right, I was wrong. Yeah, all right. I got nothing more to say, man. I just want to hang out. Might be a good day to stream. All right, catch you later.